welcome to the Unmedia. My name is Brad LaPlante, and today I would just like to talk to you about one thing. Usually I have like multiple things, but today I just want to talk to you about one thing and one thing only. So, for those of you who do not know, there is this event. It's actually happening in Washington D.C. It's called Democracy Spring, and a lot of people don't know what it is, and it's because there's not as much coverage of it. You'll get to see why there's no coverage of it later. But essentially, the event is a march. It's a protest march from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to Washington, D.C. on the Capitol. And what happens is there are people that are protesting in order to get money out of politics. And it is a non-violent protest march. It is a it's just a silent, non-violent, well, not really silent, but non-violent protest in order, because they want money to get out of politics. People have to stop buying these campaigns, and the corporate donors, there are real issues, and even if, for some reason, whatever the issue is, I don't really think that there are going to be fossil fuel companies that are going to, nobody's going to talk about the fossil fuel industry on the news when, the fossil fuel industry is one of the main donors to the corporate television networks. And that's a big thing, is the corporate TV industry. And another thing is everything in general, just get money out of politics. It should not be involved. There is greed. There is, people are too hungry for greed rather than, what's actually matters and real issues that are at stake. But so that's essentially what the protest march is. Now, yesterday, hundreds of people were arrested on the Capitol. Hundreds of people. Hundreds of people. You'd think that maybe, this might be news somewhere, somehow. This might be something to talk about. But no. The only place you'll ever hear about it is on the internet. The only place. There are images of people being arrested. There are images of people being handcuffed on scene for protesting that this should, that money should get out of politics, that, we should restore the economy to the people. And there are protests going on, probably right now, in Washington, D.C., and nobody's talking about it. But why? Would it hurt to think that if they thought that you could actually think, maybe, just maybe, they don't want to talk about it because it's actually giving them a vulnerability? Like maybe, they don't want to talk about it because they are the establishment. They are the corporate. They put the money in the politics, just straight up. That's exactly what they do. So, again, there were hundreds of people. Hundreds of people were arrested yesterday, and nobody talked a single word about it. And it just makes me so mad that nobody's even covering it. I mean, you'd think that somehow, some way, it just happened, but clearly not. So, that's all I wanted to talk about today. Just food for thought. I'll be back tomorrow with another episode. My name is Brad, and I'll see you guys again next time.